All right, swing builders, here is a real easy technique to start improving your chipping right away. All right, we're basically going to take our chipping stroke and model it after our putting stroke. And you'll notice in this video, I've got several targets here. That little blanket towel looking thing is about 2 feet long, or 3 feet long, excuse me. So it's 1 yard between those green sticks. And those green sticks, the first one is 1 yard away from the ball. So I've got a very specific 2-yard target range, okay? Beyond that, I've got a microfiber towel folded into, basically I think a 5-inch by 5-inch square. And that is about a foot past the 6-foot marking stick. Okay, first stick is 3 feet, next stick is 6 feet. So that red towel is at about 7 feet. And then I've got a little net set up against the screen. That's another foot or two past, probably 2 feet past the red towel. So I've got fairly incremented landing zones, okay? That's going to be a key factor in the quality of your chipping, is being able to hit your landing zone, okay? And we do that partially with stroke size, stroke speed, and combined with whatever club we decide to use. So in order to make this kind of like our putting stroke, you'll notice I go into essentially a putting grip and then a putting setup, okay? I don't have my feet close together. Typically for a chip, I would have my feet close together. My feet may be opened up relative to target, meaning my feet aiming left of target. I've also got my regular putting grip going on here. So I'm standing a little taller. I don't have much knee bend. My feet are spread apart. I'm basically in my putting stance with a putting grip. Additionally, the sole of the club is flat on the ground, not like a full swing where we've got the toe up slightly and the handle and grip a little bit lower. This is a flat sole situation here, because basically I'm turning my chip into a putting stroke, or I'm using my putting stroke to execute a chip. And you'll see me go through a couple here. Basically just straight back, straight through, nothing super fancy. Okay, I'll wind it back again and you'll see how simple this is. Straight back, straight through, like a putt. Okay, and I'm going to switch it up various times here and hit different things. Sometimes I'm going to use one bounce and try to get it to stop in the towel. Sometimes I'm going to land it on the towel. Sometimes I'm going to land it on the red microfiber. Sometimes I'm going to fly it all the way to the red net. But basically, I'm just working through a couple of different options with one club, with my putting grip, with a putting style stroke as a starting point. All right. And coming up here in just a second, we're going to talk about another option. There you go. Very straightforward, very simple. The next option is going to be getting the heel of the club up off the ground. So there you go. I go a little more vertical. Sole is flat. We're going to tilt the handle even more vertical, get the heel off the ground. So if you're one of these players that consistently gets your club stuck in the ground behind the ball, one of the reasons may be that, you just got too much of the club on the ground. So get the shaft a little more vertical, get the heel up off the ground, continue with the same putting style stroke, putting grip, putting setup, and simplify your chipping so that, you can start holding some of these chips or coming close to holding these chips. And again, the main component of this is going to be how far do I want to fly it and how far is it going to roll out so I can get these close to the hole. That main factor there is going to be your club selection, because your sand wedge is going to have different flight and roll characteristics than something like your 7 or 8 iron. I recommend practicing with all of them. 8 iron through your most lofted wedge, whether it's a 60 or 56 or 58, whatever. If you can get comfortable, in various situations with multiple clubs trying to accomplish one thing, you're going to get pretty good at chipping really quick. The other strategy we use in our SwingBuilder process is we're going to get comfortable hitting multiple targets with one club. So, for instance, if you're out playing a 9-hole practice round, we're not really playing for score. We're practicing techniques and strategies and trying things. And, around the greens, I generally recommend drop 2 to 5 balls in a particular spot. And with one club, chip them onto the green. And then putt them out. And then drop them in another spot and chip them onto the green and putt them out. And that's going to give you some good experience with what are my flight versus roll characteristics for a particular club in a specific lie. You'll notice here also I switched to a larger foam ball. So if this is very challenging and you're just struggling hitting a real ball, switch to a foam ball. Make life easy. Bounce back and forth between targets. Change target size. Go to something real small. You'll notice I've got a roll of tape. And then I basically step up and hole one out using the same strategy. So our goal here is to get versatile around the green. Our goal here is to get comfortable with multiple clubs to one target and get comfortable with one club to multiple targets. Get the heel of the club up off the ground. Start with a basic putting style stroke. I even used my putting grip here as well. And play around with ball positions. See what works best for you. Start with it in the middle. Start with it up front. Start with it in the back. These will change the flight and roll characteristics of your shots. But this overall strategy is designed to just simplify it as much as possible, give you something real easy to practice. You can do this indoors while it's winter and cold and rainy. You can do this into a net at home. You can do this into the couch cushions. You can set up little targets to hit into throughout the house or in the backyard. Don't have to go to a golf course every time to practice this, but when you are at the golf course, especially as part of your warm-up, hit the practice green, make some chips. On the course, drop some balls, make some chips. Squeeze in, several holes of short game practice in your traditional 9 holes rounds. And, for 9 holes, free it up, just go play, whatever. But make 9 holes every time you go out your practice round and squeeze in some short game practice, all right? With some different strategies and some different targets. And just have fun with it, all right? So great job so far. If there's anything that you're hung up on or not clicking or something about this new exercise that just doesn't make sense, as always, shoot me a text, give me a call, and let's talk it through and get you on track, all right? So keep up the great work. Do a little bit of work every day, your daily reps, your good hydration every day, your Titleist Performance Institute exercises, focusing on the muscle groups that we're using throughout your process. And we're training like a pro, 360-degree holistic process of tightening up everything from your swing to your brain to your choices on the golf course. So again, great job. Thanks so much for your trust. Have fun with this, and we'll see you next time. Keep breathing.